inner dread when we hear the voice of our mothers yelling from across the house with that fairy godmother-like voice. It's time to clean your room! Okay, I know the cackle part's probably just imagining, but nonetheless, it's terrible. Anyway, you trudge up to your room, which may or may not take up to 4 hours. You open the door. It's then that you realize a tornado has entered the room. Anyway, after hours and hours of slaving and shoving, you finally get down to just the dirty clothes on the floor and on the bed, and hanging off the half open cabinets. It's then that you begin the process of brainstorming. How are you going to get all of these clothes into that laundry basket 3 feet over there? You think for about 20 minutes. And it hits you. Basketball. You round up all the clothes in the center of your room, you get the basket ready, and you suddenly become a hybrid mix between LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Then your mom walks in to see what's taking so long. And it's then that you realize you have been emptying the basket over and over and over again for enjoyment. What happened? What took you from slaving to playing? Today, I would like to present the idea to you that life should be fun. Life ought to be fun. Now, we all know that sometimes life is hard, sometimes life is unfair, but with the right attitude and with the right tools, we can always make life fun. So today, I would like to provide 5 practical ways that you can make life fun. Now, Thomas Edison was a genius. I think we can all agree on that one. He was also highly motivated. He tried and failed to build a light bulb 10,000 times before he finally succeeded. Yet because of his good attitude, he said, quote, "I never did a day's work in my life. It was all fun." That presents the first practical way to make life more fun. Good attitude. How many of you in here know someone that usually has a bad attitude? Do you typically want to be around them? My answer would be no. And as my mom always said whenever I was swimming detention as a little kid, no one likes someone with a bad attitude. And it's true. Well, I guess it's obvious though, since she's my mom. She's always right. But that applies to all aspects of life. If you always have a good attitude about everything, then people are going to like you, which will make life more fun. But if you always have a bad attitude about everything, then the reverse is true. People won't typically like you and won't want to be around you, and life won't be as fun. Having a good attitude can make life fun. And there's always a choice between that optimistic and pessimistic side of life. If you're constantly seeing it as half empty, then you're going to see every situation as a bad situation. Helpguide.org provides a ton of tips on how to improve mental and physical health. And one of their top tips was having a good attitude. They said, quote, "If you see the downside in every situation and interaction, you'll find yourself constantly drained of energy and motivation. Try to think positively about your work. Avoid negative thinking coworkers, and pat yourself on the back for the small accomplishments, even if nobody else does." The second practical way that you can make life more fun is humor. Let's be honest, guys. Everybody likes to laugh at some point. Humor is a great thing, especially for the ones that are making other people laugh. So I'd like to provide you 2, dare I say, practical ways that you can make people laugh. The first is sticky notes. These things are fantastic. What you do with them, hide them everywhere, even in places you're pretty sure no one will ever find them. And then people will start to find them, and then they'll start looking for them, and become like a long-running joke. But be careful. If you don't put anything on these sticky notes, people may think you are really weird. Yes, I'm speaking from experience. No, you gotta put something on the sticky notes. So what do you put on the sticky notes? I have found that the best are really corny jokes. I'm talking so corny it hurts. For example, what kind of shoes do ninjas wear? Sneakers. What do you call a rain of terror? Dangerous precipitation! What do you call, and this one's cute, a large pile of kittens? A meowton! The second way you can make people laugh is to be very histrionic. Narrate your every move as if you were Morgan Freeman. Oh, and sometimes I like to burn my horse down and back like this. And, oh, I start to sound like Morgan Freeman. And now at this point, you've probably forgotten that, well, I'm not actually Morgan Freeman. It's probably because my Morgan Freeman voice is just so good. Now, Morgan Freeman, talking The third practical way that you can make life more fun is to overachieve. Now, I know what you're thinking, this does not sound fun. And it honestly doesn't sound fun quite at first. But it's the benefits of overachieving that are fun. The benefits of overachieving is that you build good reputation. When you have good reputation, people will want to be around you. And as we found out earlier in my first practical reason, my first practical way, is that when people want to be around you, life is fun. Overachieving builds good reputation because overachieving is hard. Overachieving is going above and beyond the call of duty, doing more than what you're supposed to, which is not an easy task. Meaning it's going to build reputation, whether you like it or not. And good reputation can't hurt. It can only help. But of course, if you guys are anything like me, just doing what was asked for is hard enough, much less more than what was asked for. So how do we overachieve without becoming really bored with it? Well, my sister provided a solution. She calls it the reward system. Okay, my sister didn't actually create the reward system, but she reminded me of it as I was writing my speech. The Houston Chronicle reports that a reward system can increase all of the following for you: productivity, retention, attendance, and morale. It doesn't matter who's doing your rewarding, whether it's a friend, a colleague, or your own self. It can and will help you to overachieve. Now the fourth, and what I believe is the most important practical way you can make life more fun, is to read the Bible. Now, reading the Bible for two reasons can make life more fun. The first is because that God has a really great sense of humor. Okay? Now, a lot of verses you have to take out of context for them to be funny, but a lot of them actually, in context, are still hilarious. I'll provide a couple examples. In Matthew 8, Jesus is kicked out of town for killing all of the pigs. Way to go, Jesus. In Numbers 11, the people of Egypt are complaining to God that they don't have enough meat to eat. So he forces them to eat nothing but meat for a month. I'm not sure who won in that situation. Be careful what you wish for. In Proverbs 31:6, it says, "Give beer to those who are perishing, wine to those in anguish." Dad, I'm in anguish. Yeah, that one didn't work out so well. In Numbers 22, which is my favorite of all of them, there is a story of a man that wants to go into town. So he gets on his donkey and starts riding to town. Well, God doesn't want him to go into this town, so he sends an angel to frighten the donkey. Well, the donkey tries to kill the man 3 times. The third time, the man is upset. He gets mad. Of course, anything trying to kill you, you probably get upset. So he gets off the donkey and starts whipping it, beating it, right? To teach it a lesson. Well, the donkey turns around and says, "Why are you hitting me?" And the man says, "Because you have made a fool of me." The man never asked him why there was a talking donkey. There was a talking donkey, and he didn't even ask. He just, "Okay, I'll go with this." Why? Because you're embarrassing me. Okay, yeah. And then they moved on. It was in. There we go. Boom. I don't know. All right. The second reason that reading the Bible can help improve your everyday life is quite simple. And it's because when you read the Bible, you become closer with God. And being closer with God can only help your life become better. Becoming closer with God will cause you to be in a state of a spiritual high, some people call it, which is always a really fun time. Now, the fifth practical way that you can make life more fun is to smile. Smiling is a great thing. It is God-given. It's a gift. Smiling is fantastic. NursingSchool.net reports that psychologists have found, even if you're in a bad mood, you can instantly lift your spirits by simply smiling. Smiling has physical health benefits too. Your body's more relaxed when you smile, which can contribute to a good health and a better immune system. Now, they go on to explain that smiling can actually decrease anxiety and, most importantly, make others smile. See? It works. So the next time you hear yourself saying, "It's time to clean your room," with or without the cackle, help your kids go up the stairs with a good attitude. Maybe do something histrionic, like narrate the cleaning process. Or hide sticky notes for them to clean up. Your choice. Have them overachieve by dusting, too. Read them a Bible story, perhaps one of the funny ones. And most importantly, smile. Thank you.